Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, August 1st. Hopefully, everybody had a great long weekend. Anyways, let's take a quick look at the charts here. This is going to be a very interesting week with everything going out with the debt crisis, the debt ceiling issue in the United States. It looks as though they've got a bill that they're trying to pass. Obama's trying to get both parties to agree sometime today. And really, until that happens, we're going to probably just see some uncertainty in the market. We're seeing futures up this morning on the equities market simply because there is some type of possible bill that could be passed, and of course once there's a plan, then action can be taken to resolve the issue. So it's seeing as a bullish thing right now, but still there's nothing set in stone, and we're really just in limbo waiting to see what's going to happen and what the results are. Anyways, taking a look at the US dollar index, this is the 4-hour chart. You can see we're in a strong downtrend. We had a nice bounce there last week up into resistance, which was the 50-period moving average, and also just the level where it broke down from. It more or less sold off, and it had a bounce back up that level to test it. And on Friday and this morning, we're seeing the US dollar continue to move back down and test those lows. So if we do see the US dollar continue to head down, we're going to see a rising more or less stocks and commodities. But I think there will be some type of disconnect going forward with this news, and we're probably going to see things move kind of in random directions. We might see stocks and the US dollar move together higher. Really, it's going to be interesting to see how things play out. Let's take a quick look at crude oil. Here's the crude oil chart. This is the daily chart. You can see we've had a little bit of a bounce. We had a pullback here into a support zone. It's having a little bit of a bounce here, and I do like crude oil, but overall it's still forming, in my opinion, a little bit of a inverse head and shoulders, kind of letting it play out. We got a shoulder, head. It's working on some type of shoulder over here. We did have a nice thrust to the upside, a little bit of a pause here, and we did have another push up, but it couldn't eat through this resistance zone from back in May and June, and it more or less pulled back with some bad economic news early last week. And today we're starting to see a little bit of a bounce, but overall it's still trying to form this right shoulder, and we do have a neckline across here. If we do get a breakout, I do anticipate 110 to 112 area as a target. Looking at the gold chart, this is the 4-hour chart of gold, zooming back about a month. And you can see we've had some sideways chop here for the past few trading sessions, and the longer the market goes sideways, the stronger the move out of it will be. If we're lucky here, any day now, we should see probably a jump in gold to probably the 1650 area, at which point I do think we'll probably find some resistance and have another pause or small pullback before it continues higher. Looking at silver, it's much the same boat. It has pulled back a little bit. It's got a little bit of price action here that's actually showing that we're probably going to get a nice pop probably sometime today. We might see a little bit lower prices down around 39 maybe, and then from there I think we could actually see a nice pop back up to 41. So it's starting to look like a little bit of a bullish pullback, and it's getting a little overextended here, and any little dip I think is going to end up getting bought, and we'll probably see some type of bounce in silver. Now looking at the US dollar the S&P futures here, if we just look back here, this volume on the chart, this is a 24-hour chart. So this is regular trading hours here, the 9:30 to 4. You can see that we had on Friday we had a gap lower, and then we saw a strong move up, and eventually by the afternoon it sold off and gave back a good chunk of those gains. Last night we saw the bill come out that could possibly get passed today. That was seen as very bullish news, and we saw the S&P jump about 20 points. From there it's been chopping sideways all night and all morning, pretty much digesting that move and waiting to see if we're going to get any results here, if there's going to be a vote for it, if it's going to get passed or not. So it's been seen as a bullish thing. If it does get passed, I think we're going to see the market probably have a pretty good bounce, but overall we'll have to see how that plays out and what's completely in the bill and how it's going to affect everything, because this could just be a big pop and we could actually see the stock market roll over and actually continue sharply to the downside in the next week or two, and it could be a great shorting opportunity. So really I'm just keeping my eye on the market. We're going to hold our current positions, and we're going to analyze what unfolds this week and then take action. Anyways, that's it for now, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye bye.